Hi everyone, welcome back to my wedding series. Today I'm going to be telling you how I booked my Cabo Bachelorette party for $200. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Dr. Clarissa. I'm a dentist, I live in California, and this is my women's lifestyle channel. Another side note, how cute is this long braid? I just tried it today. It's actually one big extension. I'm just still trying to figure out how to not have these little my natural hair pieces popping out, but what do you guys think? Do you want a tutorial? It was $15 on Amazon. Okay, back to the topic. For my wedding, I ended up having two separate bachelorette parties. My initial desire was to go to Mexico. I had always wanted that even before I was engaged, even before I met my husband. I knew that when I, came time to my bachelorette party, I really wanted to take a girls' trip to Mexico. I even went on a mother-daughter trip with my mom there, and my mom said, look, you can come stay at this hotel, you guys can have so much fun. So the seed has been planted, or had been planted, for a really long time. Now, when it came down to planning my actual bachelorette party, I had 10 bridesmaids in my bridal party. And honestly, I couldn't have gone any lower than that because I am so fortunate to have so many close friends from so many different walks of life. From my best friend and I have known each other since we were 2 years old. So that we're going on 29 years of friendship. Then I have my friends from, high school. I have great friends from college, and then friends from beyond. So when it came time to choose my bridesmaids, I knew that I had to have all of my best friends there. I couldn't leave anyone out. This made things especially difficult trying to plan an international trip when there's so many people. Now, don't get me wrong, so many brides do it and they pull it off very successfully. But for me, I was worried about a lot of different factors. I was worried about schedules and coordinating. I was worried about cost. Cost was a huge factor because we had a multicultural Mexican and Indian wedding. So our wedding was 2 days long, 2.5 days if you count the meet and greet ceremony on the first night. And my bridesmaids were, having to commit to taking those 2 days off of work. They were having to commit to 2 separate bridesmaids' dresses, hair and makeup for 2 days, if that's what they wanted. So it was getting very costly, and I wanted to be as mindful as possible with regards to the cost. Now, when it comes to talking about the bridesmaids' dresses and everything like that, I'll go over that in another video, so make sure to stay tuned for that one. And I'll tell you kind of how we found some ways to make things a little more affordable, yet still look very luxurious. So I had decided maybe I won't go to Mexico for my bachelorette. Maybe we'll just do something like Palm Springs. Now, I live in California in the greater Los Angeles area, so Palm Springs is a 2-hour drive. All of my bridesmaids, for the most part, were in this area, and I thought to myself, it can be a really fun weekend, no one has to book a flight. I'll book the Airbnb, and then we'll get some fun games and stuff going. My husband also said he wanted to do something super calm. Also, probably in Palm Springs area, like going and getting massages and having a bro spa day. Let me tell you, this guy comes up and he's like, oh, actually, we decided to go to Mexico. And I was like, what? That was my dream. And I was settling because you said Palm Springs and because I was, trying to be budget conscious. And I was like, oh, no. We need to go to Mexico now too. So thankfully, 3 of my besties were down for the set. We all traveled together to Thailand in 2019. So we're our little travel crew, and they said that they were willing to go on an impromptu, unofficial bachelorette trip to Cabo. So then the next question was, how can we do this and make it as affordable as possible while not sacrificing safety and not staying in a place that has roaches? Because the girls were also going to be coming to the Palm Springs Bachelorette, so this was an in addition to spur of the moment trip. My friend Ari is Mexican American, and she actually grew up in Mexico originally. She came here when she was already I think close to high school age, and she travels very frequently back and forth to Mexico, and she suggested that we fly out of Tijuana Airport. So Tijuana, otherwise known as like TJ, is a border Mexican town on the border of California and San Diego. It used to be a really nice coastal town where you can get wonderful seafood and beautiful beach houses, but unfortunately in recent years it's become very unsafe. Some of my own family that actually grew up in Tijuana and live in San Diego don't really go visit that much, just because there's a lot of drug cartel activity and you really never know what can happen. So when she suggested flying out of TJ, we were all like fainting. We were pretty shook and we're like, okay girl, are you crazy? But because she travels so much in between the US and Mexico, she had done it before and she let us in on a little loophole that we didn't know. When you fly out of Tijuana Airport, you can actually take what's known as the CBX bridge. And what that means is you drive to the airport, which is still on US soil in San Diego. You park your car in the San Diego lot, you enter the airport on the San Diego side, and once you check into the airport and they take your luggage and stuff, you literally walk over through the airport to the Mexico side of the airport. So essentially, if you're thinking of any international airport, it's like San Diego is Terminal 1 and Tijuana is Terminal 2. You don't step foot on outside Mexican soil or land or anything like that. Everything is conducted inside of the airport, which has very high security on both ends. It's super, super safe. You also technically cross the border in the airport. So they have a ton of security and a ton of police officers and people doing passport inspection and border control and everything like that. So it is incredibly safe. It is as safe as flying out of any other US international airport. It's not like you're crossing the border in your car, parking, getting out, and then going to the airport. You check into your terminal, like your check-in terminal on San Diego land, and you just walk to the terminal, which technically falls on the other line of the border. So you're in Mexico and you fly out of there. Because you're now flying out of Mexico, all of the flights are so much cheaper. It's not considered an international flight anymore. So originally when we were looking at Expedia, the flights were going to be $600 or $700 per person round trip. We ended up booking our flights, round trip flights, for a little over $200 per person. I tell you, in the beginning, I was a little bit sketched out. I was like, oh my gosh, is this safe? I wanted to be budget friendly, but I also, like I said, did not want to compromise safety. And now, having flown out of the CBX airport, I'm here to tell you that it is absolutely worth it. It is so safe. I would do it any day of the week. I highly recommend it if you live in the Southern California area, especially if you're in the San Diego area. It's like, why would you ever fly out of San Diego International Airport when it's 50% of the cost to just go to this other airport? So that was step one. Now let's talk about accommodations. We were very fortunate that Ari's boss owned a timeshare at Cabo Azul, which is one of the most beautiful hotels in Cabo. Honestly, they're all so beautiful. It's like you can't say one is more beautiful than the other, but it was a very nice hotel. Unfortunately, not all inclusive, but her employer was kind enough to lend us her timeshare for the weekend. So we got to stay free of charge. However, I do want to mention that if you look on Expedia, there are so many hotels that are on the marina. So they're not beachfront properties, but because of that, they're so much cheaper. So you can get a room for 4 people for $30 a night, which comes out to like under $10 a person per night. So if you really wanted to make this trip happen and you were really focused on being conscientious of the budget, flying out of TJ Airport and staying on the marina can be a way to do that. Next, I'm going to go over our itinerary and I'll let you know all the places that we visited, all the activities that we did, and you guys can take away from that when planning your Cabo Bachelorette. Our trip was 2.5 days long and we had a jam-packed itinerary and schedule. Thanks to my best friends. They coordinated everything and pretty much just told me to show up and told me what color schemes to wear. So we had restaurants on the itinerary, we went to a beach club, and we had a very relaxing pool day. So the first night that we arrived, we checked in and we headed to a lounge slash restaurant called Taboo. Now, Taboo is in a hotel called Me Cabo. That hotel has all of the hippest nightlife, restaurants, clubs. If you can afford to stay there, I would definitely recommend it. It is the party place, and it's the place that we ended up Ubering to multiple times during our trip. So staying there definitely would have been awesome because you can just walk down the stairs and you're already at your dinner location or the club location. However, I do believe that rooms are like $1,500 a night when we were looking, so they may be less expensive if you're booking way in advance, but for us, we were like, okay, no, we're not about to spend $5,000 on this hotel. So we went to Taboo Beach Club, and there are a bunch of loungers. They have servers all in matching white. They had wonderful drinks, and everything is like a Tulum-esque decor. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was our first night there, and we we all had maybe one drink more than we should have, and in the morning we were so exhausted and a touch hungover. They had planned a boat ride for us in the morning, and thankfully we hadn't actually pre-booked anything. We were just in contact with someone. We were able to cancel our boat ride, and instead what we did was get to brunch at our hotel, and we had a day at the pool just swimming and lounging. Now, this is something that I feel a lot of people don't consider when they're booking their bachelorette itinerary. You want to load it with everything. You're thinking, a boat, that sounds so fun, but the truth of the matter is that if you're hungover, usually the boats leave early in the morning. So number one, you have to wake up really early, you have to get ready again, you start drinking again so early in the day when you're still, not feeling the best from the night before. And depending how the water is, the boat will be a little bit choppy and you can definitely get seasick. So just things to consider. We ended up not going, and then we were so grateful because Danielle ended up stumbling upon a TikTok of a group of bachelorette girls that had gone on a boat ride the night after drinking, and they were all throwing up over the side of the boat. So definitely not fun. If you're gonna do a boat ride, maybe have that be one of the first things that you plan. That way there are no accidents. That second night, we had dinner at a restaurant called Funky Geisha, and that's also located at the Me Cabo Hotel. This restaurant is really awesome because it's literally on the sand. You go down this gorgeous hallway, and when you get there, the floor of the restaurant is sand and it's right up against the ocean. You hear the waves crashing. So for this occasion, I do recommend possibly taking some sandals in your purse. We all wore heels because we wanted to go to the hotel club after, and we ended up having to take our shoes off, walk barefoot at the restaurant, and then when we were gonna go back up the stairs, we had to then wipe off our sandy feet somehow, squish them back into our heels, and go back upstairs. So were I to do it again, I don't know, maybe I would take wedges. I had like chunky sandal heels, but I might also just carry a pair of sandals in my purse for changing after. The following day, we went to Omnia Beach Club in Cabo. Now, one thing I want to mention about this is that I believe they actually closed Omnia Beach Club. It was at the Vidara Hotel, and we went right before the closing. However, there are several other beach clubs in the area that you can go to. We just happened to go to Omnia because Omnia has several locations all around the world, and we've been to the one in Vegas. I think there's one in, I'm not sure if there's one in LA, but we've been to several of them together as a group when we were much younger. So we wanted to try the one that was in Cabo. It was a pool party, and we ended up getting a day bed. Now, I want to mention that the prices were significantly more affordable than purchasing any type of bottle service here in the United States. I think it was a $500 minimum, It might have been a little bit less, I'm not sure, but definitely not more than 500. And the minimum was for anything in that area. You could purchase a bottle of alcohol, food counted toward the minimum, different snacks. You know, it is at a hotel, so they do have delicious food that they serve there. And what we ended up doing is the girls got a bottle of tequila. Now, I don't really like, I like to drink, like I like cocktails, but I don't like the taste. And I also don't like basic mixers like orange juice and cranberry that they give you at bottle service. So I ended up just ordering mint mojitos for myself. I got like 2 or 3. Again, it counted towards the minimum. And then they ordered some snacks. I think they had gotten like a squid ink ceviche and some aguachile and some different snacks, you know, of that sort. So we ended up having the best time. That pool party was really, really fun. I highly recommend, and if you can, I would recommend splitting between your group and getting a table. It's really nice having a space of our own to lay down and relax and not have to be standing up the whole time and not have to be in the crowd the whole time. And at $500, it was like 100 plus for each of us, like $120 per person. And like I mentioned before, if we were going and not getting a table, each drink is going to run you like $15 to $18. So if you're going to get 3 drinks, it's like plus food, you might as well just have a day bed and make your experience that much better. Again, I just want to mention that also if it falls in your budget, because if the day bed would have been like $2,000 or $3,000, $2,500, which is very easy to do here in the States, like in Hollywood, I definitely would not have done that. I would have said, no, I'll swim. Because it's like ridiculous. Like, I don't want to spend that much money for alcohol. Those are just my priorities. But if it was $500, then yes, okay, that's fine. So we ended up having so much fun at this day club that we missed our reservation for the final restaurant of the trip, and that was called Arbol. I really, really regret that. I wish we could have gone, but come on, we were partying since like 12 p.m. So of course we came back and the girls just wanted to take a nap. And I ended up eating, I think, leftovers from the fridge. But next time I go, I definitely want to try out that restaurant. It's got such beautiful aesthetic and scenery, and the reviews are really great too. Another thing that I wanted to mention about Cabo, I've been about 4 or 5 times, and I love going there because it's only a 2-hour flight from Los Angeles, so you get the all-inclusive benefits of Mexico, you get the wonderful weather. The beaches are not that great, but the pools and the hotels are very nice. So Cabo's a destination that I love to go to with my mom. She and I have taken 2 or 3 mother-daughters trips there together, and the food is always wonderful. When I've been to Cancun, Mexico, I have been sick in the past. I have gotten really sick from the food, but every single time I've been to Cabo, the food has been exceptional, and I have not had any case of Montezuma's Revenge or anything like that when vacationing there. So all of the restaurants that we tried, even though they weren't part of the 5-star resorts, the food was definitely up to par, great quality, very fresh. I did want to quickly mention that before the day club, before we went to Omnia, we did have brunch at this really cute little farm in Cabo. Right now, the name is escaping me, but I will have it linked up on the screen. And essentially, it's an all-organic farm, and it's deeply tucked into the mountains of the area, and it was kind of a perilous car ride to get there. A lot of dirt roads, very steep. But when we got there, it was such a beautiful, cute little restaurant. A lot of the food that they serve there is grown in their own location. So I believe like the eggs are from there, and the spinach and vegetables. They have a little farm right there where they grow all of their own produce that they use in their food. So that was a very, very nice touch. I highly recommend that restaurant as well. My best friend found it off of TikTok, so I think they may have a TikTok if you want to check that out too. Now I'm going to explain everything that we did for the trip. I'm going to explain all of the outfits. We started off the trip at the airport with a little bit of tequila and some pineapple juice. The girls had these really cute shirts made for us, and as you can see, they detailed every single hour of the trip. They're so organized. I really appreciate them for that. This is our hotel. This is what it looked like in the lobby when we first checked in. This is the suite that we stayed in at the Hotel Cabo. It was a 1-bedroom suite with a king-size bed in the main room, and we also had a queen pull-out sofa bed in our little living room, so the 4 of us fit super comfortably. For decorations, the girls got these really cute balloons. They went with the Mexican theme, so Nacho Average Bride and this other gold bride balloon detail. So right when we checked in, we were starving from traveling, so we went to the restaurant that was located in our hotel. Lucky for us, it was Javier's, which is a very popular Mexican restaurant chain in California. So we had one at our hotel. I ended up ordering some fresh oysters and some fresh fish ceviche. For the goodie bags, I ordered these really cute burlap tote bags from AliExpress. They have a bamboo handle, and I was able to personalize them with each of our names. And then my best friends made these really cute "But Did You Die" care packages, and that just had essentials like Advil and some little under eye patches for refreshing yourself after a night of drinking. So the first night we went to Taboo Beach Club, and that is a beach club at Hotel M.E. Cabo. The outfit that I chose to wear was this really cute dress from Shein. This was actually, I believe, $20 or $30, super affordable. It looks like a bathing suit with a cover-up, but it's actually just one piece. And I thought that was really appropriate for a beach club. I wasn't sure if we were going to be walking on the sand. I wasn't sure if people were going to be swimming. So I just went with it. And this is a group picture of us. How cute are the girls? We were all matching in beige, and as you can see, we had a really good time at this place. I highly recommend it. It has a beautiful Tulum bohemian vibe and aesthetic. As you can see, Taboo was so fun. Somebody ended up leaving their face on the towel, which is so funny. The next day we decided to skip the boat ride, and we ended up just having breakfast at our hotel. I ordered a seared salmon Caesar salad, which was so delicious. I highly recommend. And we got ready for a beach day. For the beach day, I ended up wearing a high-waisted shimmery gold bikini from Victoria's Secret. These are my best friend's sunglasses. They are Gucci, and I tried them on this trip and just absolutely fell in love with them. I ordered a pair for myself, and I highly recommend if you guys are looking for a pair of sunglasses that are over the top and really, really cute. In terms of outfit coordination for this day, all the girls wore baby blue swimsuits. So we didn't have a particular matching swimsuit, but everyone got to choose a shade of baby blue. It looked so cute, and then I was like in the gold. Here we have some of my accessories, a cute sun hat, my cute little burlap bag, and there's a picture of my overall outfit that I wore to the pool. How nice does that look? It was a beautiful day. For dinner that night, we went to Funky Geisha. That's the restaurant that's on the sand, and the outfit I chose for that was this 2-piece Diamante collection outfit from Meshki. It's white satin with a diamond chain strap going around the waist and holding up the top. I had a cute little Mrs. clutch. There's a group photo of us. It was super humid, so unfortunately it was really foggy. These are the steps leading down to the restaurant. I ended up ordering a tandoori octopus. So I love octopus, and this was an Indian fusion version of that, which, you know, I love all things Indian. The atmosphere of the restaurant is super lively, super party atmosphere, so if you're looking for something upbeat, this is definitely the place to go. The next morning, we had brunch at Flora Farms. That's the all-organic farm where they have really cute produce. It's very colorful. There's a group photo of us you can see in front of this really cute pom-pom wall. And they do cater to bachelorette parties and other celebrations of that type. The food was delicious. I do highly recommend it. And look at how adorable all of this produce is. It's also kind of like a farmer's market, I think, from the foods that they grow there. So you are able to purchase and take home some of this fruit when you go and eat there, which I thought was a really nice touch. Right after brunch, we headed over to Omnia Day Club. Once again, we had gotten a day bed there, but you could always reserve some tickets to make sure that you get in. For the coordinated outfits, the girls were all in matching royal blue one pieces, and I had this really cute little bride bikini. I got this at Forever 21, I kid you not, like 7 years ago before I was even engaged. The club was located at the Vidanta Hotel, which was actually a hotel right next door to the place where we were staying, so we were able to just walk over. And here you can see us in the daybed. We were enjoying some drinks. It did end up raining this day, but it was a really warm tropical rain, so the celebrations continued and we just had the best time. That night we were supposed to have dinner at the restaurant Arbol, but we ended up being so exhausted from the day club that we wound up like this. So we skipped dinner that night and proceeded to pack up and fly home the next morning. We were so pooped, but it was such a successful trip. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video was helpful and that it will aid you in your planning of your own bachelorette trip. Stay tuned for the next few videos in the series. Coming up, I'm going to be talking about my Palm Springs bachelorette party. I'll list the Airbnb. I'll tell you the pricing. I'll let you know all of the activities and extras that we booked. I'm also going to be talking about how I did my wedding flowers for my wedding on my own using faux silk flowers and paying literally like a quarter of the price that I was quoted. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I really do appreciate your support. And tune in next week. I have new videos every week. So I'll see you then. Thanks guys, bye.